Right.
Hi, Isaac. Hi, everyone.
Nice, thank you.
I had a beautiful conversation with my 19-year-old daughter who's studying in England last night, and I was talking about awareness and just from my own perspective. And she's not really into meditating, but she told me lately that she's been reflecting on herself and what is she or who is she and what is she the body? And I was like, wow, really? And she just did this on her own. We've never had a discussion about self-inquiry ever. So really interesting, really beautiful.
Mhm. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Mustafa.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Mustafa.
What's to be with the invitation? Hmm. Okay.
Aha.
Hi.
Sorry. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
There's awareness here, and it makes me so happy that I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm just happy with how things are moving in my life, with work and unexpected things, with neighbors, friends. So that it's really hard to yeah, just be and sit still, you know. So
When you say you're all over the place, what that actually means is that the attention is moving.
yeah, there's moving a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's all it means.
Mm.
And then just checking, are you your attention?
No.
No, you're not. And you're aware of the movement. Just so at the moment there's
Yeah.
something that's driving a movement of attention. That's all.
Yeah. And
Doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be different. It's just, it's
Mm.
what's happening.
yeah, and the awareness of it, that makes me happy, not the things that are
Yeah.
happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So thank you for your presence and for being awareness, for giving us the
Mhm.
space
Mhm.
to expand ourselves. So
Mhm.
very grateful. Thank you.
Oh, Sebastian.
Hey, Isaac.
Uh,
Something just popped up with the conversation you just had. Because when I'm just sitting here and looking around, it also seems that I'm all around, but mm, it's it's not. It doesn't feel like it's things that's in what I see. It it's just that I can't figure out. I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm stopping before I see an object, but and that's not even stopping. I mean, it, it seems like I'm all the space. Oh, can you say hoochie boochie or something?
Butchie, butchie.
No, it's not enough.
Not enough. Okay. See, yeah. I'll keep talking. See if
Oh,
it helps.
so you are there again.
Okay.
So when you said to her, "Are you your attention?"
Mhm.
Uh, I don't. I don't even know what my question is yet.
Mhm.
But it seems like she was not her attention. But it seems like I'm my attention. I mean, I'm all over. I'm just here. Hmm. It's. It doesn't feel like an experience.
What do you notice?
uh, it, it feels like I'm all empty, but still not. I mean, I'm. It's more like I know I'm here, but and then it feels like I'm falling backwards inside, and I can feel my body is reacting on it.
Hmm.
It
And
feels like
sometimes people speak about getting caught up in the world with the idea that there's such a thing as the world, but really it's just caught up with projection, you could say, rather than resting in the peace of being. So the falling backwards, in a way you could say, just not being so interested in the movements of attention and movements of perception and all that stuff.
it. It feels like I'm not doing anything, but something happens.
Mm.
I in my senses as a sort of weirdness. It's like a bit like my my body is beginning to what's said in English? Uh, no weight. And it's like I'm just here, and it's weird, but it's natural also.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Hello. This one sentence, what you said, goes very deep. Not being interested in the movement of attention. In a way, totally new for my mind. Because I learned exactly the opposite. Be aware. And also I learned not possible to be not now. There's no out of now. That is new. It's new. Something new. And I'm interested in what you said last time. about intimate relations that we used to objectify a partner, or in sexual interest, we see an object, for example. And what I notice that this body, my body, also get objectified by myself sometimes. So I guess there's no how to do not objectify body. Or how would you comment?
Have a look and see if there is such a thing as objects.
This moment, can't find objects.
Definitely. Would you like presents? And yeah, just unmute yourself then.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, hi.
Hi. Yeah, hi, Isaac. Long time ago.
Yeah,
Mm.
and no problem. No special way to be, no, it doesn't need to be any special experience. You hear who you already are. There is awareness and there's something playing. That's giving some trouble.
Yeah. what I recognize when I sit here
Mm,
is a habit,
mm,
and it's really strong
mm,
and it's really exhausting.
mm,
And it's a habit, to look out,
mm.
always to go outwards of the
Yeah. So you notice that
Yeah.
habit stepping.
yeah.
You're just honoring it. Somehow that's how your system has survived till now. Who knows where you picked up that habit?
Mm.
It's just a habit, yeah? Don't have to change it, don't have to fix it. The habit's there, honor it if it's possible. Just okay, I see you. I see
Mm.
this habit too. And in this moment, because it's seen, you can see this habit.
Mhm.
And you're not fighting with it, you're not trying to change it, you're not trying to fix it. Just recognize it somehow. That's the habit, that's an old friend that's been going on for a while. And you're just discriminating in this moment. What does that habit bring? Just now, not trying to change it, not trying to fix it, no right, no wrong.
There's another habit, always to judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So noticing that habit, judging it. And
Mm.
again, not judging the judging, just noticing judging happens.
Mm.
Somewhere your system learned that, was conditioned that way.
Mm.
Who knows where that came from?
Mm.
Somehow that habit has been trying to help you all these years. It's not wrong, it's not bad. If you're just checking to see if it helps you in this moment, that's all. This moment, now. Not deciding not to ever judge again or anything like that, just in this moment, listen. Does that judging assist in any way in this moment, or does it make trouble? That's what you see when you look.
It's not necessary to survive.
Yeah, and it's trying to help in some ways. It's trying to defend or protect or something like that, but it's just not necessary right now. I mean, just see how does your system integrate that information. Okay, it's not necessary in this moment. Because if it was up to you, it wouldn't happen, yeah. But somehow there's that habit, and who knows where it comes from. So you can see it's not you that's doing it; it's just old information playing it. And we didn't try and change anything or fix anything, but something has shifted a little bit, and you can feel it. So it doesn't matter what habit plays, there's always awareness here, yeah? It's just really playing for a moment or two. Just this awareness that's always here, that we can't say what it is or where it is, other than we couldn't notice anything if there wasn't awareness. But clearly there's awareness here. Can't really find a beginning to it or an end to it, or where it is or where it isn't. It's just awareness. And everything's appearing in this, everything. Time, space, matter, energy, thoughts, feelings, judgments, whatever. Yeah.
And it seems a little bit entangled because it's like it's an acceptance, and even it's a non-acceptance because it's always there. So this is a little bit confusing.
Yeah. So there's awareness.
Mm.
We can't say what that is. There's the experience of this moment, and it's here. We don't really have a choice to accept it or not accept it.
Mm.
It's already here, yeah.
Yeah.
And but that doesn't mean something in the nervous system doesn't contract or try to, you know. You could say that non-acceptance is just something in the body tightens up.
Mm.
And it shows up as the sense of not being at ease, as if this moment there's some disease, it's not okay. But where does that come from? It's just an automatic unconscious movement, and something in the nervous system just tightens up.
Mm.
Nobody does it. No, who would consciously do that?
Yeah, that's
It's not about changing that or fixing that. It's just noticing, okay, something's going on without your permission by itself.
yeah, because
Notice.
this seems the non-accepted part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we say apart, really it's just a movement, yeah.
Mm.
You know, we go to sleep and everything disappears, and we wake up and maybe the pattern kicks in again. And we don't really know where that pattern comes from. A lot of it's conditioning, a lot of it is old trauma that maybe from generations back.
Mm.
But then the deep question is, what does that mean about awareness?
Nothing.
Actually, nothing. And any effort to try and change or fix or get rid of just gives it energy, that's all. And that functions the same in you as it does in me as in anybody. It's the same. It's not personal, so to speak.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that very often that little tightening up in the nervous system is connected with trauma so that it feels existential. It feels like our survival is threatened. And so our system gets angry or afraid, fight, flight, or freeze, or something. It's like and now there's an interest in resting, just being peace. Feels less entangled now or more entangled? Or,
Oh, yes, I feel, I remember my interest in peace.
yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Christina.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Christina.
Just want to rest with you.
In this moment, what's the I and what's the you?
I was just noticing, it was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny how language hasn't really caught up to our deep knowing, you know, it's just the joy in resting together, you could say, just being this love, loving love, or being this being this, or something.
Yeah, and so simple. So. Thank you.
Joy, peace, beauty. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ah, Prem, Abba, Abba.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Prem.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. See.
Hi,
Hi,
Isaac.
Franzi.
Hi.
Yeah.
I'm totally shocked again. Most of the time it's that I'm happy and but today is like I'm just shocked about the difference. How is this possible? Hmm.
Only takes one thought. Doesn't take much. And in a way, you know, it's an opportunity to recognize that experience is ephemeral. It just comes and goes. There's nothing we can hold on to. And to have any preference for any, you know, even for being happy, or in a way makes trouble. So just who knows what this is, Francie? Something's coming across the screen, and you stay as awareness, just not engaging, not. Move so quickly into, you know, making it mean something or mean something about me. Yeah. What do you notice now?
Silence.
Hmm.
And before I realized that my mind tries to do something with this, and then it just then went away, and yeah, it's all fine.
Beautiful. Yeah. Hmm.
Hey, Isaac.
Hey.
been feeling deeply disrupted today.
Mm.
And having some distance from the rise and fall of it.
Mhm. So it came by itself, right?
Yeah.
And it'll certainly leave by itself at some point. And it's interesting how the tendency is to want to kind of mess around with it.
Yeah, which only ever seems to make it worse.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Ramna's invitation is, no matter what shows up, you ask who's aware of it. That's it. So it's like a very clear invitation. That's yeah, but not always so easy, when like this cloud or whatever you want to call it, weather.
There's like a pull through, and then there is this resistance that arises to being pulled deeper.
Hmm.
And
But in this moment,
mhm,
how is it? Just in this moment.
there's a feeling that seems like feeling bruised.
Okay.
And then there's a whole bunch of dialogue about
Hmm.
what that means,
Hmm.
what to do with it or to not do with it.
Yeah. I'm just noticing that that's the momentum, yeah? And there's a knowing, which you express perfectly, that getting involved with it in any way is actually not so useful. So you got the momentum of thousands of times of that kind of getting involved and the knowing at the same time, yeah?
Yeah, and there's also like a very sophisticated, like spiritual ego that knows all the things to say, right? Like
Mhm.
the right words, and tells myself that story, which also like takes away from whatever is happening now.
Yeah. So what's happening now is like there's a sense of bruised or hurt or pain or something like that. Who does that pain belong to, or that bruising belong to? Not being smart, but really looking.
Belong to everyone and no one.
Everyone and no one. Cool. Yeah. Okay. And, you know, just like if we were looking at a cake and we're trying to see what it's made up of, what's the recipe here? Just exploring and seeing, okay, and it's like, somehow this shows up and it's I love that you're taking the time to just really unravel it and just take a look. Yeah. Not intellectually, but just seeing, okay, somehow this is showing up. I'm sure if we ask the Sangha, anyone know that bruised feeling, or everyone will say yes, clear. Somehow something that plays in consciousness. And I'm sure everyone would know that tendency to want to try and protect ourselves from it ever happening again, or trying to get to the bottom of it, or whatever it is, all those movements. But we're just looking a different way right now. We're just okay. Just like the recipe for, you know, cooking something. What does it take for bruisedness to show? What are the so we discerning that? So it's really fine discernment, you know, really fine discernment.
There's a again, like language is messy, but like there's a some feeling of deep shame that arises from um, that gets attached to being in the experience that I'm in. Like it's not just a
I want to go deeper than that. So you've identified a key factor there, shame.
Yeah.
So now let's go deeper. What does it take for shame to show up? And we're not. This is not academic. We're looking at our own experience.
No. I get it. It's like there's a like an idea of there's an idea of who I think I'm supposed to be or how I'm supposed to behave.
So let's just backtrack a little bit and just I'll say something and see if it resonates for you. So like if there's a need, and that a sense of a need, you could say, and that need doesn't get fulfilled, and then there's a response to that, and the shame would be, in my view, would be related to the sense of need doesn't get met, and then a response to that. And then that there shouldn't be a response, that there shouldn't be a need. And don't take my word for it. Just really track it and see if that resonates for you or not. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. because the shame revolves the response. That, you know, like that there shouldn't be a response that happens in you. But what's the response to? You know, it's like, am I going too fast?
No, no, I'm tracking.
Yeah, cool.
Um,
And that need might be from a very young organization. We don't even know where it comes from, except that, you know, it's like a lot of times those needs are disowned. They, you know, somehow, whatever, there's just,
well, for me in this experience right now, there's the deeper component or the older component of it, but there's also like when I most needed these meetings, this sense of shame kept me away from them.
mhm. Yeah. So, you know, shame is one of the earliest neurological pathways. It's how our system survives some intense sensations that it doesn't know how to be present to. So it checks out.
Right.
So we're just exploring something pretty universal, shame, the movement of shame.
Yeah, for me, it comes back to there is a belief that I should be different,
Yeah.
that I should be having a different experience.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I don't know if you've seen it with a young puppy or something like that, you know, it's like they just want to lick and love, and then if they get shouted at or something, they start to cringe, you could say, like that. It's the same movement, yeah.
Right.
In my view, anyway. Like they still want to do that, but they don't understand why. You know, they're getting met with such a whatever
Awesome.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels so destructive to not feel the capacity to be present with it.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, if it's a very young organization, which it usually is, it's like, how do we get out of the vortex of the young organization? You know, it's like, in my view, very often it needs another nervous system just to go, okay, cool, this is shame, this is what it is. And it's kind of a tricky mechanism. Okay, cool, let's be here, we in it together, we named it what it is.
It's like it feels like this recursive mechanism where it's like it just keep wanting to get away from it,
Yeah,
and it just
sure.
cycles.
Yeah.
Then shame for wanting to get away from it, and then trying to get away from it, and then more and just more and more.
Just to see, it's a biological mechanism to deal with an overload. It's not wrong, it's not bad. It's how our system at some moment in time survived.
Yeah, and I keep telling myself that I should know better.
Yeah, but you see,
It
that's like
doesn't particularly help.
no, exactly. Because, like I say, if it's a really young organization, it's like, you know, it's survival. It's like it's how the system survived at one point. So okay, served its purpose, and all we're discerning now in this moment. Okay, so we can name it. That's shame. It's a movement to get away from something that's unbearable in the moment. Sensation that's unbearable in the moment. That's literally what it is. It's not wrong, it's not bad.
I find it really difficult not to make it wrong. And
in this moment, is there even a little bit of compassion for that shame?
there is, it's just dwarfed by the noise in my head that makes it wrong.
Yeah.
Like it drowns in this.
So the making it wrong, let's come to that then. That's a mechanism on top. And funny enough, that mechanism on top is what keeps the shame alive. So the shame is very important. Without that, it's wrong on top. The shame would just drift through. So that it's wrong shows how important that mechanism actually is to that nervous system survival. So somewhere it got it got the information that it was wrong. I'm just looking at it, it's okay. You can see you can't help it.
I can see I can't help it, and I can see how much suffering it has caused. And there is a desire to find a way to move it or be with it or something.
All we're doing now is looking at the building blocks. There's this movement of shame, usually related to an unfulfilled need. And then, oh, I shouldn't want anything. This wanting something is causing difficulty for people around me, for whatever. It's like it's wrong, it's bad, and also the shame is wrong. I'm just getting very soft and just seeing what is that need? What is the need for?
To feel safe.
It feels safe. And how old is that organization?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. Yeah. So there it is. You see this need. Simple, just to feel safe. And then not to feel safe is, man, it's unbearable. So the system checks out. It checks out. That's all it does. It's a dissociation actually. It's a neat mechanism. I mean, amazing, you know, that the nervous system knows how to do that. Incredible. Doesn't feel safe, and then that's how it survives that. At a cost, of course, but it survives.
Yeah, the cost is extraordinary. The cost is everything.
Yeah, it's huge. But otherwise it wouldn't survive, actually.
I don't want to keep paying the price, so I don't know how to just be with it.
You don't have to look. Now it's going to project to the future. We just here in this moment, right now. There's a vulnerability, a nakedness. We just see, we just look. We're not trying to change anything. We're not trying to fix anything. We're just seeing how this mechanism functions. That's all. I mean, you can scan how much this, you know, you could say your system or this organism has done to try and feel safe over its lifetime. Innocently, just. Personality that's developed around that, all of that, just taking a brief look and seeing, okay, yes, I see it. Not focused endlessly on it, but just gentle. Wow. It's really been a building block of you know, the personality type. So,
So much easier to be present with it than it is to try and get away from it.
how is it now? There's more gentleness.
There's more gentleness,
All right.
less noise.
Yeah, fantastic. And we didn't try and work on it. We didn't try and change it. Just gently explored. At this moment, is it? At this moment, is there? At this moment, is there a sense of safety? You feel seen and felt and
Yeah.
valued.
In this moment, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, thanks, Cameron. Yeah. And it might be just interesting for a moment to go to the gallery and just see if anybody got any value out of that exploration. Just yeah. Cool, man. So, who is the host tonight? Bas. Thank you, Bas. Thanks, beloved. Love, peace, beauty,